I write all the time. Now, I remember my husband telling me, not telling me, but telling people, joking about me that I write everywhere. My husband says if she lacks something to write, she'll go to the toilet, pick a tissue, get a pen and start writing. You'll find tissues and tissues and tissues and tissues of things written on. I've written on all the business cards in the back of my business. Hi everyone, welcome back again to my channel. Thank you so much for everybody that commented, responded, liked, viewed my last week's YouTube on your questions and answers. I hope you learned a lot. Now today I'm coming back with something really amazing. A lot of stuff you do not know about me that will surprise you. I dance in the office or the house when nobody is watching. One day I was dancing in the office, government offices. It was in the afternoon and I thought everybody had left, and then I found a watchman peeping and really amused. Yeah, it was a bit embarrassing, but I do that all the time. You know, I like thinking I'm in a concert and I'm just there rocking the world, my own world. Once in a while, it really takes a lot of effort, but once in a while I can really lose temper. You really have to push my buttons, but I guess the Meru in me can really come up if you really push me. I don't really care about birthdays, to be honest. Sometimes I secretly wish somebody would think about me. Now, personally, I am really a giver when it comes to birthdays, not necessarily just gifts. I want to remember someone's birthday, make it special in whichever way. Even if I don't have money, I want to make it special. So sometimes I secretly wish, I wish I can get that special gift from wherever. Now, I must tell you, I was a firstborn of a very loving father who gave me birthday cards every morning of my birthdays until I was 26. I guess you grew up and still think, people should be your fathers. I guess that's where I am. Now, another thing is I don't like house chores. I just don't. I sort of enjoy washing utensils, but not a daily basis. That's the only chore probably I do enjoy doing. And the rest I just do because they have to be done. I must tell you, to be honest, when I can afford, I pay people to do the chores because I do other works much more easier. And these things, it's just hard, for me. Let me tell you, this is hard to believe, and I have people who would say I'm joking about it. I fear meeting strangers. Like, if I do, you see the way some people walk into a room and say, you've never met somebody, first time to meet somebody, like, hi, my name is Caroline. Imagine, I am so scared. It's impossible for me to be a salesperson because I would have to keep meeting new people every day, introduce myself. I get frightened. I totally get frightened. And I get amused at people who do that, like my husband. He will walk into a room of 30 people and in 10 minutes he knows all of them, their names, they know him, where they come from and all that. I can't do that. But for people I know, people I've already known, my friends, we can talk forever. An embarrassing fact. Now, those udongo, those mawes for women when they're pregnant. I ate them when I was pregnant with my firstborn, and then I got addicted. I could not stop eating them. I think I finally beat that addiction when I had my fourth child, and then it came back. I came to learn it was iron deficiency. Scientists, don't argue with me. I went to a doctor, he gave me some tablets, and I had no need for clay, but I had such a craving that when I was driving to go to the fields, I would, on the dashboard, the car dashboard, I would buy like 4 packets. And because you see that it's soil, it's really clay. So it's very messy. Your mouth is all, so you can't eat them before. You can't eat like njugu or candy, you just have to eat them secretly. So, or when you're at home. So I would have the car filled with them. If I'm walking, I would have my bag filled with them. And I just go throwing them in my mouth secretly and quietly. I was addicted to clay. Embarrassing fact. I really enjoyed talking to my mom. Now, my mom is hilarious. She's very, very funny, probably. That's why we got it from her. She is funny. I think I have a record time of talking to her 12 hours on the phone. Now, physically, there are times we have, like, I've gone to visit and we've talked for days. Like, we are both dozing like this and we're still talking. I enjoy talking to her. It is important. I believe it's important to have a good relationship with our parents, and especially if you're a woman, you need an older woman that you can, not necessarily, I actually avoid telling my mom when I'm going through stress unless I don't have, like, I've hit the wall and she's the only one who can help me because she's confident. But I mean, just share life with, she has a beautiful perspective about life. She will, you know, that village gossip, not the negative one, you know, like something funny happened, things are not even serious, just have a whole hilarious story to explain how it happened in detail. Should have been a writer, I'm telling you, script writers. When I was young, I must have been about 3 or 4, I dropped myself in a sufuria, a pan full of hot water. Now, my auntie was talking to my great-grandmother. My great-grandmother just died even after Kaylin was born. So she was over 100 years and she was all strong. But now, when I was young, she was still very strong. So when my dad built our house, she also built a house. He also built a house for her there. So we lived with her all her life, all my life rather. So my auntie boiled water. You know, it's in the village, so we don't have showers then. We actually had a shower, but it didn't have water. So she boiled water and she was taking out the water to our house in the bathroom. So I think she went back again to talk either to my mom or to my great-grandmother. And I found this pan, it was huge, of hot water. I don't know, the curiosity in my mind told me if I held a sufuria on this side and on this side and took my 2 legs across, I can actually jump through that water without falling into the hot water. My thesis did not work, so I landed straight on my butt in the water and I was so burnt. I was in bandages, I think, like for 4 months. You know, they had to keep changing bandages every day for 4 months. I hate omena. Now, those who don't know omena, they are what the West calls sardines, but ours, they are not put in anything liquid. They're dried and cooked. I think they're fried. I've tried to eat them, but they have too many eyes. So if I could get away with removing the eyes, maybe, but when you remove the eyes, half the body is gone. I enjoy watching stuff that makes me laugh. So whether it's stand-up comedy, Trevor Noah and the rest, Michael Jr. for Christian comedy, it's called dry bar comedy. I love that. I relax a lot. I love anything that will make me laugh. I love watching comedy movies. That's why I think I've watched every cartoon with my children. I remember watching Horton like 15 times, and every single time I would really, really laugh. I love which other movie? The Three Idiots, that Indian movie. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It just makes me laugh all the time. I have serious height phobia. Like, oh, let's not go there. Like, in a plane, I am fine. But in a lift or anything that I feel is not stable enough, like a high building, I just can't stand it. I struggle with fear. I have done a lot of bold things in my life, and you might think I don't have fear. But there are times I have paralyzing fear when I'm going ahead to do something. If I think something is big, sometimes I can be paralyzed for days until I charge myself enough and tell myself, I must go whatever happens. I must step on that water full of crocodiles and walk over water like Jesus. Yeah. Sometimes it has worked. Sometimes I've landed straight on the crocodiles. That's the risk of risk taking. I love dogs. I will feed them. I'll touch them, but I can't stand their tongues, like them licking me. And that is my beef with dogs. If I can get a dog, if you know out there dogs that don't lick people, please send it to me. I am not a morning person. I really love first of all, I love sleeping a lot. My husband says I sleep a lot. Like, I sleep a lot. And in the morning, I just want my sleep nicely. Sometimes, but don't tell my boss, I wake up at 7:55 so that I can start working at 8. Like, I don't even want to shower or take breakfast. I just want to hop from bed to my table. That's how much I love my morning sleep. But because I have to wake up for devotions, or I have to wake up to prepare the kids for school sometimes, or whatever else I have to do, then I have to wake up in the morning. And when I do that, it is really a sacrifice. I write all the time. Now, I remember my husband telling me, not telling me, but telling people, joking about me, that I write everywhere. Now, by the way, if I'm at the airport or an waiting room, or like, I can't stand just sitting there. I need to write. I will write anything that's in my mind. Some of those thoughts come into the blogs or the books, but some, I have 3/4 of what I've written has never gone anywhere. My husband says if she lacks something to write, she'll go to the toilet, pick a tissue, get a pen and start writing. You'll find tissues and tissues and tissues and tissues of things written on. I've written on all the business cards in the back of my business cards. I write all the time. And if this is the first time you're watching, maybe you can have a chance of just seeing all the stuff I've written in my website, my WordPress blog, Facebook, or in my book, In the Arms of a Stranger, or the others that are coming, The Dreamer and the rest that are coming. Thank you very much for watching today. If you have any comments, any other questions, please let me know, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Just like me, there's a lot that people don't know about you, just like me. So I want you in the comment section to write and tell me, what is that one thing or 2 or 3 that people don't know about you? And I promise you, I'm going to comment or just laugh with you about it. And remember to subscribe, to like, and even to share to your friends if you like this. Thank you very much.